There comes a moment in every spiritual journey where everything feels still, a moment where nothing seems to be moving, nothing seems to be shifting, nothing seems to be happening, and yet, deep inside, something is changing. You can't explain it, you can't prove it, you can't point to anything external, but you can feel it. This video is for that moment, the moment where life looks quiet on the outside, but God is doing something on the inside. The moment where your field is rearranging, your identity is shifting, your nervous system is recalibrating, and your spirit is being prepared for the next door. So if you're in a season where it feels like nothing is happening, I want you to stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the quiet is not a punishment, it's preparation. Let's pause here for a moment. The illusion of nothing happening. Let's start with the feeling itself. You've been growing, you've been healing, you've been praying, you've been seeing signs, you've been following the breadcrumbs God placed in front of you. And then, suddenly, everything goes quiet. No more synchronicities, no more confirmations, no more momentum, no more obvious movement. It feels like the universe stopped talking. It feels like God stepped back. It feels like your path froze, and your mind starts asking, did I do something wrong? Did I miss the sign? Did I fall out of alignment? Did God change his mind? Did I imagine everything? This is the illusion. The illusion of nothing happening, because the truth is, the moment everything looks still is the moment everything is being rearranged. Stillness is not stagnation. Silence is not absence. Quiet is not punishment, it's transition. Let's pause here for a moment. Let that land. The quantum shift. Let's talk about what's actually happening beneath the surface. When you step into a new identity, your field needs time to stabilize. Your nervous system needs time to adjust. Your subconscious needs time to release old patterns. Your energy needs time to match the timeline God is calling you into. This is the quantum layer of transformation. It's the part you can't see, the part you can't measure, the part you can't track with your eyes. But it's the most important part, because before anything changes around you, everything changes within you. Your beliefs shift, your expectations shift, your emotional baseline shifts, your sense of self shifts. And when your identity shifts, your reality follows. This is why it feels like nothing is happening. Because the change is happening in the invisible realm first. God works in the unseen before he reveals it in the seen. Let's pause here for a moment. Why God uses stillness. Now let's talk about the spiritual layer. Why does God allow these quiet seasons? Why does he pull back the signs? Why does he pause the synchronicities? Why does he let everything go still? Because stillness is where he prepares you. Stillness is where he strengthens you. Stillness is where he removes distractions. Stillness is where he aligns your heart with his timing. Stillness is where he teaches you to trust without proof. If God gave you constant signs, you would depend on the signs, not on him. If God gave you constant confirmations, you would rely on reassurance, not on faith. If God kept the momentum going nonstop, you would never learn to rest in his presence. Stillness is not God stepping away. Stillness is God stepping in, closer, deeper, more intimately. He's not silent, he's working. Let's pause here for a moment. Where in your life are you forcing movement when stillness is being asked? If you can, relax your shoulders, take a breath. The identity catch-up. Here's something most people don't realize. Your external reality can't shift until your internal identity is ready to hold it. You can't step into a new timeline with an old nervous system. You can't walk through a new door with old beliefs. You can't receive what God has for you while still identifying with who you used to be. So God slows everything down. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. He gives you space to release old fears, detach from old identities, heal old wounds, stabilize your energy, strengthen your faith, embody the version of you who can hold the blessing. This is the identity catch-up phase. It feels like nothing is happening, but everything is changing. If you can, relax your shoulders, take a breath, let that land. The mistake most people make. When the signs stop, most people panic. They start chasing more signs. They start looking for reassurance. They start doubting what God already showed them. They start trying to force clarity. But here's the truth. When you chase confirmation, you signal doubt. When you embody trust, you signal readiness. The quiet is not a test you pass by trying harder. It's a space you move through by surrendering deeper. Let that land. How to move through the quiet. Here's how to navigate this season with grace. 1. Stop searching for signs. Let God speak in the stillness. 2. Anchor into identity. Act from who you're becoming, not who you were. 3. Regulate your nervous system. Your body needs to feel safe to receive what you prayed for. 4. Release timelines. God's timing is not delayed, it's precise. 5. Trust the unseen. The invisible realm shifts before the physical one does. 6. Stay open. The door is already there. You're just being prepared to walk through it. Take a breath here. The moment everything breaks open, and then, one day, without warning, something clicks. You feel different. You move differently. You speak differently. You choose differently. You trust differently. And suddenly, the signs return. The synchronicities align. The opportunities appear. The momentum comes back. Not because something external changed, but because you changed. Your identity aligned, your field stabilized, your spirit matured, your faith deepened, and now you're ready. Now let's pause here for a moment. Let that land, if you can. Relax your shoulders, take a breath. So if you're in a season where nothing seems to be happening, I want you to hear me. Everything is changing. Everything is shifting. Everything is aligning. God is not late. God is not silent. God is not distant. He's preparing you. He's strengthening you. He's aligning you. He's guiding you. The quiet is not the end. It's the transition. Trust the stillness. Trust the timing. Trust the God who sees the path you can't yet see. You're not stuck. You're becoming. If this message resonated with your spirit, take a moment to sit with it. Let God speak to you in the quiet. And if someone comes to mind, share this with them. You might be the sign they've been praying for.